What is going on, guys? It is Tony K with UGSM, living the dream as always. And I'm going to take a little bit of time to talk about this new set, Jumpstart 2022. It comes out the 2nd, which is this coming Friday. Excuse me. Just had my vitamins. And not going to go through every card individually. This will be kind of the first video before the videos where I talk about some of the cards that stood out to me in a little more detail. Of course, thank you guys so much for joining. Like, comment, share, subscribe, whatever you can do. Truly helps the channel, but just watching is amazing to begin with. So let's go through some of these cards. So Jumpstart 2022 is coming out, and first off, main set, 841 cards. Pretty crazy, right? There are some variations on this. There's going to be a lot of anime cards. For example, this first card here is actually Balin Wandering Knight. Just a card there. I had it up because it's in Japanese. There's a lot of variations on these cards. Just be aware of that. Overall, Jumpstart this is the 4th Jumpstart product. So it's the 2nd standalone Jumpstart product, 4th overall. We got the last 2 sets have had Jumpstart associated with them, last 2 standard release sets. I'm just going to talk about the Jumpstart standalones. The first Jumpstart standalone set I thought was amazing. Bought several packs to open and have fun with, both in terms of just opening a different type of pack, as well as actually shuffled up and played several games with them. And surprisingly, the gameplay was, pretty legit. I was really impressed. I didn't know how I'd feel about it, yada yada. Yeah, I don't want to say I was skeptical, but I was a little worried. It did not disappoint. I thought it was great. This Jumpstart looks like it's going to do a lot more of the same. Again, it's all monocolored, and for those of you who maybe aren't aware of what Jumpstart is, you're basically going to get it's going to be sold to you like a booster pack. You get 2 of them, and each of them is going to have a different theme. So one could be goblins, one could be insects, and you just shuffle the 2 20-card deck half decks together, and you play with that. They generally come with 1 rare, some of them come with 2, a couple of commons, some uncommons, and then some lands to help you. Right now I'm just kind of scrolling through the cards here. Don't trust the prices that you're seeing. Like, going back to Balin, the original version is $5.26. This is the first reprinting. There's no way it's going to be a $49 card. I promise you guys that. They just got spoiled, so market really hasn't had a chance to adjust. Plus, if you know what today is, it is beta Magic 30 release day, so I'm sure a lot of attention was on that. But anyway, so Jumpstart, you take the 2, and so my experience with Jumpstart is mainly with my nephew. He was 15 when we played, 14 maybe, and we bought 6 or 8 packs, I can't remember, and just, randomly chose the themes. It was a really fun experience. The decks aren't finely tuned, don't get me wrong. Like, these are low-powered decks. You're getting, 12-ish cards to slap together with the lands. Maybe it's like 9, something like that. So the decks themselves are not like these earth-shattering decks. Outside of Jumpstart, you wouldn't play these as an actual deck. Also, it's kind of interesting. They come in 20-card packs, and you shuffle 2 of them together. So you're doing 40 cards, so it is force you to be a little bit more aggressive. That was something that we realized quickly was, if you're used to playing EDH or any 60-card format, you have to consider that dynamic. That's the best way I can put it. It was It was crazy. It was crazy. And I think that with Jumpstart, the point of Jumpstart is to have a home for some unique reprints, which you can see on the screen, as well as to have a place to get some good rares. And you want that mix to be appealing to both new or newer players, as well as more seasoned players like myself. You want both sides to say, hey, I could purchase this product and have fun with it. That, in my opinion, is the goal of Jumpstart. I'm not going to go off of what Watsy said. I guess I could keep scrolling down. I'm going to go off of what my opinion is. Jumpstart's meant to bring together various player types for a quicker than draft, but kind of random like draft experience that you can repeat with a lot of different variations. You know, you buy a booster box of this, I think you get 24 or 36 packs, one of the two. I had to get a sip of my beverage. But you're getting that, and you can do the math. You're getting hundreds upon thousands of potential variations if you don't have any repeats. So, some of the things that I think this Jumpstart's also doing really well that the previous Jumpstart did well was there's some new cards that are coming that are really good. But look at some of these reprints here. Like, if I'm a new player to Magic and I got some of these cards, there's some cards here that play groups surely have to see a lot of. I mean, don't get me wrong, there's some duds. You can see there's some clear duds. Another example. So let's pull up this guy. So you see here another example of why right now these pre-release prices on MTG Goldfish, just don't trust it because it's such a new product that hasn't adjusted. $9.99. The Ikoria you can get for 50 cents, the original printing. The most expensive version from Ikoria, the Godzilla version, you can get for cheaper than this. Of course, it's not going to load because I opened a new page. So let's just keep scrolling down a little bit. Some of the other things about Jumpstart that just key to know if you're new to it. You're going to see a lot of monocolored. There's going to be no multicolored stuff going on. Like, there might be some creatures that have multicolored abilities. Those will be your legendary creatures generally, and that's to keep the EDH crowd intrigued with the product. But it's going to be monocolored. Pretty solid reprints. Easy to understand concept. And a really good way to play if you are newer to Magic, don't really understand deck construction. Maybe you like draft, but you don't like the you don't like some of the dynamics of it. You know, maybe you want to kind of have the deck built for you because you like the idea of playing a random deck, but you're not comfortable with selecting the cards, for example. I don't know, I'm trying to come up with something. Or maybe you just want to twist on the whole thing. I will say a concern I have, and if you guys haven't figured it out by now, this is just a random, you know, ranting, mumbling, kind of talking video. One of the things I did notice was that they put in Eldrazi into this Jumpstart. Very curious to see, because not only did we get Karn, but Eldrazi. Well, we got some really good Planeswalkers, which again, for newer players, getting Planeswalkers is, you know, can be a little tough. This is a really good way to get some of those. But I'm interested to see how it felt like this was a little bit higher swinging casting costs on some cards. Karn at 7, you know, Rodolph at 6. Muxus at 6. Remember, Muxus Goblin Grandy came to us from the first Jumpstart. And that at 6, when I saw it, I'm like, oh, that might be good. It's just tough to get to 6. That was one of my biggest knocks on it. It's kind of tough to get to 6. Once again, goblins are represented well. We got Kiki Jiki in here. This guy's a goblin, but It's more of a spell slinger goblin, not a tribal creature based deck goblin. And then we got another guy down here. So yeah, and remember the last Jumpstart, while it was impacted by some supply chain issues or shipping, whatever whatever the issues were, there were some challenges. This one or that one did produce like Allura Shepherd, Muxus Goblin Grandy. We're getting a reprint of Emiel the Blessed. It produced some really popular cards that were really good. So it's not like these products are just completely manufactured for new players and there's no value. They're like, if you're a seasoned player and you haven't seen something, I'm just in the rares. I'm obviously, like, Banefire's a 50-cent rare. I get it. But really is legit. I love that they have Preordain and Marrow Reader mixed in with the rares. So yeah, just a solid product. My expectation is that it'll be a success, just like the previous Jumpstart. And I think it's going to be a success when you look at the timing. We're here in the Christmas season. I think if you're someone looking for a gift for a Magic the Gathering player, if there's someone that maybe, you buy 6 packs of this and they could get a bunch of different decks going, they could have some fun with it. If you have someone that's new to Magic the Gathering, this is a great way to build a collection, but also have some decks put together. I saw an article online when the first Jumpstart came out that there were some people who they took the decks, took 2 or 3 of the similar decks and kind of gutted them, but retuned them to be a 60-card deck. I mean, there's a lot of options with this. So Jumpstart's one of the few products right now that, outside of the standard release products, that I think Wizards of the Coast really needs to focus on that and make sure it continues to be a home run, because it has a potential to bring in a lot of different types of players. So that was my rant, guys. Thank you so much. We'll see you next time.